In today's video, I'm going to be trying out some new tubed watercolors. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be trying out the SENNELIER watercolor set that I got, I want to say around Valentine's Day. Me and the hubby tend to kind of do our Christmas after Christmas, so I'm not sure if I got these in January or around Valentine's Day, but I only ended up swatching them once on the Fabriano Artistico 140 pound hot press watercolor paper right after I got them. And though the swatches are great, I really wasn't impressed with the wet on wet stuff that I was getting. So I kind of put them away for a while and forgot about them. But I came across them in the studio today and I thought today might be a good day to give these guys another chance and do a spread in my sketchbook and practice some water studies. Okay, so to initially start off with this, I obviously pulled out the blue since I was painting water. So I had a phthalo blue and an ultramarine deep, and I also pulled out the dark green in this set, which is a forest green, and I pulled out Payne's gray as well, just to see what kind of color variation I could get with this set, because typically when I'm painting water, I like to use phthalo green and with phthalo blue to get a nice, really turquoisey scenery. And I was actually really surprised with how well the forest green worked with this set. So as you can see on your screen, I was able to end up getting a really nice turquoisey teal color, and they played way more better than they did in the original swatch sheet that I did. So I'm really glad that I pulled these out today, because I was actually really scared that I wasted a lot of money, because these were actually on the expensive side. And I don't know if it was because, you know, I purchased a set instead of, you know, buying a couple tubes at the same time as I did with the Daniel Smith paints. But, you know, it was a nice chunk of change, and I was really nervous that I was going to hate these paints. So I'm really glad that I pulled them out today and did some more experimenting with them, because these paints are so nice. I was actually pleasantly surprised, because I did not have, you know, any high hopes going into this because of how bad the swatch sheet was. So I'm not sure if it was the paper, which really doesn't make any sense to me, because the reason why I wanted these paints was because Furry Little Peach uses them, and she also uses the Fabriano Artistico paper as well. So I was actually really kind of nervous about my swatch sheet. So I don't know what the deal was there. Maybe I just wasn't playing with them enough and I just wanted to swatch it out, and I didn't put enough time and effort into it. But I'm, again, really glad that I pulled them out today and was able to actually really play with them. Okay, so let's talk about the actual paints that come in the set that I got. So the first one is Lemon Yellow, and that's a Series 1 Light Fastness. The SENNELIER Yellow Light, which is also a Series 1. French Vermilion, which is a Series 2, SENNELIER Red, which is a Series 2, and then there's Opera Rose, which is a Series 2, Phthalo Blue, which is a Series 1, Ultramarine Deep, which is a Series 2, Forest Green, which is a Series 1, Phthalo Green Light, which is a Series 1, and it's also kind of like a limey green color. And then we have Burnt Sienna, which is a Series 1, Warm Sepia, which is a Series 1, and then Payne's Gray, which is a Series 1. So all of these colors that come in the 12 pack are light fast, which is really great. And it comes in an awesome, really nice metal tin, and you actually get a pretty decent brush with them also. It's a red sable brush, and it's a number 4. And the price point for these set of 12 10 milliliter tubes, the list price is $134.60. The price on Blick right now is $98.43. I did get these on sale for $88. So there was a sale going on when I did get them, and they have a bunch of individual colors that you can add to your collection, or if you run out, they obviously sell them singly, so you don't have to buy a whole nother pack. They also have 98 colors to choose from if you want to buy the tubes individually and make your own palette. They are, in fact, made with honey, which is something that's a little worrying to me. I don't know if God, I hope I don't get addicted to these. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't know how much honey they use versus oil, but they do use honey as a preservative. And that, I'm assuming, is what keeps it very nice and moist in the tube and preserves it really nice and well. But it's also, it seems like it's more of like a, like a safer version of paint, you know what I mean? So I guess it really depends on what you prefer. And I mean, as long as I guess you don't waste your materials. I don't know, like I do have animal hair brushes, but I just, I plan to really, really take care of them and keep them from a really long time, and I also have synthetic. So I guess it really depends on your preference. But these colors are, in fact, definitely rich, definitely luminous, and I'm actually really surprised how great they were to work with. And I was actually really surprised how well the colors mixed. I think at one point I mixed 4 and it still did not make mud. So these were definitely really, really nice to use. Okay, so this paper is also not the most best paper to use. It's the Strathmore Watercolor 400 series sketchbook. And I do really like this paper. I'm not like bashing it at all, but it's not 100% cotton. It does have wood pulp in it, which I do really like the texture of sometimes. So I'm very curious to see how this paint is going to do with like some really 100% cotton paper. Because at this point in this book, it really felt like I was painting with gemstones at a point to where like almost like you could take a sapphire and melt it down and paint with it. That's how luminous this paint is. It was actually a really, really nice, enjoyable experience, and I haven't experienced a paint quite like this just yet. Yeah, so if you are thinking of trying these paints out and the whole honey preservative part does not bother you, I highly recommend you give it a go because these are really, really awesome. And initially these are just my first impressions of them, but I'm actually really looking forward to actually doing an actual piece with these paints just so I can get a better feel. I don't really like to typically review a product until I've actually used it quite a few times. Just so I have a better grasp on what the paints can do as an all-around general. So here is a close-up of my sketchbook spread. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. That would really help me out. Subscribe if you like this type of content, and take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.